Mr. GMSI has arrived here at the Stockton Civic Auditorium. Brian Cage, the effing machine, set to do war with Willie Mack.
Brian Cage recently back from Japan, a place where he has made like a tidal wave not seen since the era of Godzilla. Brian Cage making waves everywhere he goes, making headlines in and around the wrestling world. He's an all-pro wrestling mainstay. He is, pound for pound, one of the best damn wrestlers on the planet. But tonight, he's facing off with a man who may appear physically different, but every equal bit as gifted.
And his opponents. From South Central Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 275 pounds, Chocolate Thunder, Willie Mack!
And the Chocolate Thunder, Willie Mack, arriving, returning here to All Pro Wrestling.
Neither of these men any strangers to All Pro Wrestling. You might see them every week on your TV dial, but right now they're bringing it to you live and in person in Stockton and to the world on youtube.com/allprowrestling. Kevin Gill and John Roberts are your commentary team. At All Pro Wrestling is the Twitter account, and Willie Mack is the man. Chocolate Thunder, we call him, John.
I call him Chocolate Thunder, you call him the Chocolate Juggalo.
He calls himself the Chocolate Juggalo. But I call him that too. Both of these men so closely associated with Lucha Libre, with pro wrestling, with everything this great sport is about and all the diversity within it.
And with the underground parts of pro wrestling as well.
Oh, the underground runs deep in pro wrestling and Lucha Libre. Sometimes it's like when worlds collide, but I digress.
As the bell sounds, this matchup officially underway. Sparky Ballard charged with keeping order in this contest. And I got to tell you, KG, he's going to have a hard time because these two are set to go to war with each other.
Without a doubt, they're no strangers. These guys have had some of the most epic battles in pro wrestling history all around the globe, quite frankly. But tonight we're going to see it here live and in person, as only All Pro Wrestling can deliver.
Two bulls locking horns, side headlock taken there by Brian Cage. Big shoulder tackle, rocking Mack into the ropes. And look at these two exchanging blows. Drop down attempt there by Brian Cage. Nice leapfrog.
You see when Cage goes for that block, he throws himself at Mack's feet. He's trying to take him out to the best of his ability.
Ooh, nice arm drag there by Brian Cage. And Mack here ducks a clothesline. Mack into the ropes. Oh, and a nice snap off of that Hurricane Rana there from Willie Mack.
Willie Mack so agile. Springs for legs.
Oh, springs for legs indeed. And Brian Cage as well. Beautiful Hurricane Rana there.
Brian Cage has incredibly muscular springs for legs. It was once mentioned on the Kevin Gill Show, a guest speculated that if Brian Cage became any more swole, any more ripped, that he would actually rip in half.
I don't doubt that at all.
Guy is an incredible physical specimen, one of the best in the world.
Oh, and a kick to the gut there goes Brian Cage. And now Mack dumped to the outside between the top and middle rope.
Really disgusting.
And
you know, if you want to fight Willie Mack, he'll stand and fight you all day. You don't have to stab him in the back.
Oh, and a huge big boot there from Willie Mack. It looked like Brian Cage was about to check another thing off the list of GMSI.
Right? Because he's got a lot of stuff to get in.
Oh, wait a minute. Willie Mack with a suicide dive!
Wow, you could feel the rumble.
Willie Mack laying it all on the line and taking out Brian Cage at ringside.
It might be game over for Cage.
And now Mack.
Mack lost in the moment, tearing off his wrist tape and just hurling it at Cage.
Big knife edge chop lighting up Brian Cage.
Fans can't believe it. Losing their minds at the impact. When you're up close, you could feel it all. You could see it all. And no one delivers a better show than APW.
Nice thrust kick there for Brian Cage, and then throwing Mack face first into that steel ring post. With a knife edge chop. Oh, look at Mack. He looks enraged. Turning the tide. Cage in trouble here. Oh! Did you see that? Willie Mack got both pecs with one chop.
With one meaty paw. When Willie Mack chops you like that, it's almost like a bass drum and a snare drum getting hit at the same time.
And Willie Mack goes face first into that steel chair. And now Mack dumped over the barricade. The action spilling out here into this capacity crowd.
Here comes the Swolverine.
And the Stockton Civic Auditorium is rocking and rolling here.
Cage has Mack on the outside. What's he setting him up for
Irish
here?
whip countered. Oh! And there goes Brian Cage hard into the wall.
Brian Cage almost went through the wall. Thank God that's reinforced concrete. Brian Cage almost turned into the Kool-Aid Man right there.
And now, wait a minute.
Oh my God.
They might have just left a crater in the teak mahogany of the Stockton Civic Auditorium.
I'm the wood expert here, John, but holy mackerel, the impact.
And look at these two continuing to go to war with each other.
Mack on the attack, getting some payback on Mr. GMSI. Brian Cage made such a strong name for himself, John, where some companies dropped the ball on Cage, All Pro Wrestling never did. They knew what a star they had in their hands.
And Willie Mack taking it to Brian Cage here on the outside.
Willie Mack telling the referee, don't even bother starting your 10 count, Sparky Ballard. I'm going to take my time handing down this beatdown.
And now where's Willie Mack going? Oh, but Brian Cage able to turn the tide here. Oh, and a
my
super
God.
kick to the back of the dome.
That's a concussion causer right there.
And now Brian Cage taking things back inside the friendly confines of those steel ring barricades.
We're not so friendly, quite honestly. It's just as dangerous as the outside, but now you have ring posts.
The outside has not been friendly to Brian Cage. I think that's why for him it's the friendly confines inside of that barricade.
That's where he's had his most success so far in this matchup.
And now Cage, super kick, no, savant kick to the gut. Nice punt to the face.
Punting the sweat right off the nugget of Willie Mack.
And now Cage firing up. Oh! Sit out spine buster. Could it be enough? Oh, and Cage shoots the shoulder off the canvas.
That was so close. Willie Mack almost just took that victory home in his Stockton debut.
Willie Mack first to his feet. Cage slowly to a knee.
Willie Mack, a wrestling prodigy as well.
Oh, and a huge boot to the face by Willie Mack.
I don't know if all wrestling prodigies wear green, but I know the Hurricane Shane Helms and Willie Mack do, but I digress.
Willie Mack. Oh, and a huge senton in the corner.
And he got all of it.
Chocolate Thunder. Hook of the leg, deep cover, and a 2 count only. And Willie Mack has got to be asking himself at this point, what is it going to take down Brian Cage? He's already thrown a lot at him. It might take the whole kitchen sink.
Absolutely. And I think the Stockton Civic Auditorium has a few of those. You might just see Willie Mack rip it out of the wall, but hold on! Did you see the way his body torqued around? His feet almost touched his head.
Willie Mack in trouble here. Cage with the cover. And look at Willie Mack just roll the shoulder off the canvas, seemingly in desperation there.
Wow.
And Cage starting to feel it, starting to fire up here. And this crowd is rocking along with Brian Cage, running European uppercut, knee to the face.
Cage now got Willie Mack hooked right on his head and shoulders, John. Good night, Willie Mack. See you next time.
A hook of the leg, deep cover here by Brian Cage. And Mack able to get the shoulder up before the 3.
Willie Mack seemingly indestructible. Did you see the way he came down on his head and shoulder region? That's how you dislocate a shoulder.
A lesser man would have been concussed and on their way to the nearest medical facility.
Or at least being swept into a ringside trash bin before being hauled to the nearest medical facility. But Mack is not that man.
Oh,
Willie
wait a minute.
Mack is the man, John Roberts.
Cage to the second rope.
But if Willie Mack doesn't get some offense going, it's going to be good night for his chances at a victory.
Mack in trouble. Wait a minute. The strike of Brian Cage. Are you kidding me?
Mack is out. What?
And Willie Mack somehow, some way gets the shoulder up.
So much heart, so much blood pumping through the heart of Willie Mack as well. This is a man who would take the bus to sit outside the wrestling arena for hours and hours and hours, soaking in the knowledge before finally being able to pursue training, before having a fateful childhood meeting with Sean X-Pac Waltman. All of that led Willie Mack to where he is today.
Wait a minute. Cage trying to end it there, but Willie Mack going downstairs, not able to get the job done. Cage now in trouble. Downstairs goes Mack, looking to put away Brian Cage. Oh, what a European uppercut.
You know, when you watch matches like this with Cage, you just have to ask the question, John, who better than Cage? Oh my God!
Lediecto takes down Willie Mack.
That was unreal. Who better than Brian Cage? Nobody.
This is awesome indeed,
It is.
KG.
It's awesome.
And no, that was not planned, ladies and gentlemen. That was spontaneous because it's 100% true. This really is awesome. Thank you so much for joining us here for All Pro Wrestling CivicSlam. John Roberts, Kevin Gill on the call. In the ring in the red trunks, you got Brian Cage.
Oh, stunner!
Willie Mack! Willie Mack just hit that stunner! Mack!
Good night.
Could it be enough? Two!
3.
Oh!
No! 2. I don't believe it.
Mack in disbelief, and again, gotta be wondering deep inside, what is it gonna take to put away the effing machine known as Brian Cage?
How do you stop a machine? Do you cut the fuel line? Do you have to destroy a machine to stop it? Brian Cage is like a human Terminator. And Willie Mack's trying to beat John Connor.
Cage in trouble, Mack. Oh! Huge knee lift right to the forehead, and now Mack in trouble. Cage with the F5. A hook in the leg.
2. No.
And Mack gets the shoulder up.
Willie Mack finding a way. But if he's a cat with 9 lives, he's had to have used up 8 of them by now. Cage has just been on an offensive onslaught. So innovative, so strong, so dangerous.
And here we go, Cage, sensing that the end might be nigh.
Rolling
looking
elbow.
to put him away. And Mack with a T-bone suplex in the corner. And that just invigorated Brian Cage.
Oh no!
Oh my God, right on the back of his head. And now Willie Mack has come to his senses.
There you go.
There's into a stunner.
Second time, twice as nice. May have knocked us offline for a second. 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Chocolate Thunder, Willie Mack!
Well, these two went toe-to-toe, tough as nails, really went after each other with everything they had, and at the end of the day, 2 quick stunners in very rapid succession are what puts away Brian Cage for Willie Mack.
On any given day, any given competitor can beat the other competitor. It only takes 3 seconds to lose, and tonight, Brian Cage ate 2 of those devastating Willie Mack stunners, and that was it. Unprecedented victory, strong showing for the iconic Chocolate Thunder, Willie Mack.
What an epic confrontation, one for the history books, and one that will not soon be forgotten by the All Pro Wrestling faithful here in attendance tonight, and those of you watching around the world. Willie Mack and Brian Cage went to war, but at the end of it all, it's Willie Mack who is raising his arms in victory here at the CivicSlam in Stockton, California.
But let's be honest, John, if they had this match tomorrow, would it surprise you if Cage got the victory or Mack? They're that evenly matched. It's incredible.
here comes the man who has held the APW Worldwide Internet title for 105 days.
Weighing in at 225 pounds, he is the reigning, defending, All Pro Wrestling Worldwide, and the big effing deal, Karl Fredericks.
The big effing deal, Karl Fredericks, making his way here to Stockton, California, has his sights set on retaining that Worldwide Internet title and walking out of Stockton going into day 106 as still your Worldwide Internet champion.
That's how he sees it. That's how he's visualized his goal. And Karl Fredericks, so far in his young life, John, has accomplished every single goal he's ever set his mind on.
And his opponents from Yonkers, New York, weighing in at 267 pounds, the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer!
The man from the House of Hardcore arrives in All Pro Wrestling.
The legendary Tommy Dreamer, straight out of New York, ECW OG in the building, also making his All Pro Wrestling debut. The name Dreamer, of course, was a tribute to a man who went on to become one of Tommy's mentors in wrestling. I'm talking about the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And it doesn't matter whether you're a man, a woman, or a child. If you love pro wrestling, you love Tommy Dreamer.
The innovator of violence makes his debut here tonight in All Pro Wrestling and has his sights set on becoming a Worldwide Internet champion.
Dreamer's accomplished a lot of things in a lot of places, but I can tell you for a fact, he's certainly never captured the All Pro Wrestling Internet Championship. He's never done it.
Karl Fredericks, cold steel behind those eyes as he sizes up his opponent.
So amazing to see the legacy of ECW, the memory, the spirit of ECW continue on, not just through legends like Tommy Dreamer, but through a whole new generation of performers, John. They love Tommy Dreamer.
And the bell sounds of this this Worldwide Internet title match officially underway. As you see the former ECW champion, Tommy Dreamer, locking up with the current Worldwide Internet champion, Karl Fredericks.
Fredericks, this is again, it's very similar statement to the last match, John, where this is clearly got to be the biggest match in Fredericks' career in terms of who he's facing. He's never faced anyone with as much seasoning and as much of a track record as Tommy Dreamer.
Well, Karl Fredericks does hold victories, retaining that Worldwide Internet title, successfully defending him against the likes of Yoshi Tatsu and JR Kratos. And tonight, another tough task in front of him in the innovator of violence.
Fredericks might want to change that BFD to a BOO on the back of his tights, because all these fans do is boo him, John.
And Fredericks and Dreamer both circling the ring like two bulls, locking up here. And Fredericks wrenching at the arm of the innovator of violence. Dreamer now. Ooh, and Fredericks able to turn the tide once again right when it looked like Tommy might have had an opening.
100%. Fredericks closed the door, and that's something he's been doing since his high school and collegiate athletic days, John. He's consistently done that in everything he does. Dreamer looks like he's trying to harness some of that the Lucha Day at Johnny Rod's wrestling school, trying to access that data bank.
Dreamer trying to grab that rope.
There
Saying a prayer, rolling through. Oh, and a side headlock. Fredericks, though, shooting him off. Oh, and a huge shoulder tackle takes down the Internet champion. And look at the face of Tommy Dreamer. The grit and determination in the face of Tommy Dreamer says it all right there, ladies and gentlemen. He is focused and ready for a fight here tonight.
They chant "You still got it" at Tommy Dreamer, but Tommy Dreamer never lost it. Tommy Dreamer was never even in the arena of losing it. Consistent, top-shelf competitor, like you said, not just in House of Hardcore, but also all around the wrestling world. You never know where Dreamer's going to show up. Tonight, it's all pro wrestling.
And Fredericks lighting up Dreamer with a shot to the face, sets it for the ride, Irish whip. Oh, and a cross-body takedown there by Tommy Dreamer. Huge left fist, and a second and a third. Dreamer looking to dream it up here tonight.
Wow, got cut off. That kick looked a little low.
Oh,
bionic
and
elbow.
there it is, baby.
Bionic elbow by Tommy Dreamer. Fredericks maybe knocked goofy.
Wait a minute though, Fredericks smartly holding onto the ropes and pulls himself outside the ring. Oh, wait a minute, Dreamer.
Don't let Randy Orton see this.
Head full of steam. Oh, and a drop kick to the outside.
I thought Dreamer was going for the ... dive.
And now Dreamer asking for a bottle of water.
Some for me, some for you. Fredericks momentarily stunned.
With some of the saliva mixing with that water right into the eyes.
Look, we've all seen Dreamer eat out of the toilet and eat out of the garbage and eat food off the floor for real. So, I mean, you imagine what that water must instantly gain, like an acidic, and possibly viscous.
Oh, wait a minute.
Composition.
Oh, and Fredericks dumped all the way to the outside the steel barricade. And here we go. All hell is breaking loose.
Crowd going wild for Tommy Dreamer. We'll try to stay with this as long as we can.
It looks like APW is about to get hardcore.
Dreamer thinking about taking away that camera from the guy doing the selfie. Dreamer's getting fans involved. Dreamer having a young heart-to-heart with this future main eventer. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Dreamer's working out something.
Wait a minute. Oh! Lighten up Karl Fredericks.
What, is she going to do one? Tommy Dreamer's never seen anything like that in over 2 decades of hardcore wrestling. That is extreme.
She's hardcore indeed, KG.
Someone sign her up for the Old Pro Wrestling Boot Camp. Wicked Fury and Tendon Strength combined together into one of the most brutal chops ever unleashed here in this legendary building.
And Fredericks goes head first onto the ring apron. And now the BFD in trouble here, in jeopardy of losing the Worldwide Internet title. And what's Dreamer got? Oh, Dreamer's got the ring bell. The vibrations rocking through the gut of Karl Fredericks.
Crowd losing their mind here, John. It's like a mosh pit in the front row.
Now going after the official.
Tommy Dreamer's not afraid to dish it out as much as he is to take it. It doesn't matter whether you're a ref, a fan, an opponent. If you get in Dreamer's way, you're going to get got.
Well, it's like he said long ago, he'll take them all on. He's hardcore. Ooh! But what is also hardcore is that steel ring post that Tommy Dreamer's wrist just collapsed against.
That was brutal.
Ooh. And Fredericks now seizing the moment, seizing an opportunity, and Dreamer perched up on the top of that steel barricade.
He could have re-injured. Dreamer famously hospitalized due to an injury in that region, John, and that could have just re-aggravated the whole thing.
Ooh, and a knife edge chop right to the pectoral muscles of Tommy Dreamer.
Only about half as hard as that little girl did it, though, let's be honest.
There we go, lateral
maybe a bit
press.
winded.
Oh, but Dreamer able to kick out before the referee could begin counting. Fredericks going after
Dreamer. I was just finishing your sentence for you.
Oh, I was going to say something else, but that's fine too. Knees to the gut here, and the BFD taking it to the Dreamer. A hook on the leg, and a 1 count only.
Fredericks The longer this match goes on, the more the advantage might go to Fredericks. He's obviously younger. He's got better conditioning overall, but Dreamer's so savvy and such a veteran. So many tricks in the book the Dreamer can pull out, and he's hardcore.
Oh, and a knife edge chop there from Karl Fredericks to Tommy Dreamer. And the internet champ now really stomping away at the challenger with his boot right on the throat of Tommy Dreamer. And breaking just before the count of 5 was Karl Fredericks, a hook of the leg. Oh, but Dreamer able to grab that bottom rope.
Dreamer escaped. That's the sign of a ring veteran. He knows where he is in the ring at all times. And despite the flaming pain and agony in his groin region, despite the other bumps and bruises he's received along the way, not just tonight, John, because you feel those bumps your whole career, some of them.
Oh, and like Dreamer goes spine first, hard into that turnbuckle.
Referee think of the force involved. The referee having to check on Dreamer to see if Dreamer can continue.
Well, Dreamer in trouble here at the hands of the man representing the Body Guy crew, the BGC. I'm talking about Karl Fredericks, the current internet champion.
The BFD, John, he's the champ for a reason. The crowd, though, firmly behind Dreamer. Dreamer starting to fire up. This is transporting me back to Philadelphia.
Ooh, and a scoop and a slam there by Fredericks. And Fredericks now looking to drop that elbow with authority, and Dreamer moved out of the way.
Dreamer down, Fredericks down. Neither man showing much signs of life yet.
Tommy first to his feet, Fredericks slowly behind him. Oh, what a huge boot there from Tommy Dreamer. Look at the clothesline taking down Karl Fredericks, and now a huge right hand from the innovator of violence.
And it's a right hand with that same wrist that he hit into the ring post earlier, John. Every one of those punches, he's feeling them.
Dreamer lighting up the Worldwide Internet Champion. And now biting at Karl Fredericks.
Dreamer getting extreme in more ways than one. Dreamer with the Irish whip, reversed by Fredericks. Dreamer takes the ride. Fredericks rushes in but gets caught. Dreamer
wait a minute,
goes up, Dreamer
there.
Goes down.
Spine buster from Karl Fredericks. And are we about to see it, KG? And here we go, Fredericks.
Could it be?
With the most electrifying moonsault in all pro wrestling, and oh, nobody hooked. Oh, Dreamer cutter.
Dreamer cutter, baby. 2, 3.
Oh, and Fredericks rolls the shoulder up, so close to crowning a new Worldwide Internet Champion.
So close. What a feather in the cap of the career that has been Tommy Dreamer to capture the gold tonight in his very first appearance for All Pro Wrestling.
Oh my!
He's got some plunder.
Dreamer grabbing a steel chair, and Sparky Ballard being pretty lax with the rules here tonight.
Well, Tommy's not swinging the chair as a weapon at this time.
Dreamer setting the chair up between the top and middle rope, setting Fredericks for the ride. Wait a minute, Fredericks. Oh, and a low blow from Tommy Dreamer.
Ref's just gonna let it slide.
Wait a minute.
Dreamer was going for that Death
Valley driver. Low blow.
Fredericks returned the favor.
And Tommy Dreamer goes face first into the steel chair. Fredericks.
Dreamer in trouble.
Oh, with the BFD to the face. 2, 3. And Karl Fredericks retains the Worldwide Internet Championship.
And still All Pro Wrestling Worldwide Internet Champion, the big effing deal, Karl Fredericks.
You know, it says Alpha on his tights for a reason. Around here, Karl Fredericks is the boss. He's one of the top dogs in All Pro Wrestling. And tonight, he slayed the dragon that is and forever will be Tommy effing Dreamer.
Well, Tommy Dreamer gave it his all, dipped deep into his arsenal of tricks and tools, but at the end of the day, Karl Fredericks is able to retain the Worldwide Internet title in one of the hardest fought title defenses we've seen from Karl Fredericks yet in his young reign. as he is going to leave 105 days into 106 as still the Worldwide Internet Champion.
And All Pro Wrestling rolls on, John. Who knows in what city and at what venue next Karl Fredericks will be defending that prestigious championship.